Oh, yesterday I was supposed to make a video talking about how I got this massive score, but I couldn't because I fainted around 1 a.m. in the morning yesterday. I was at a tavern talking to this other lady. We're having a good conversation. We spoke for about 20 minutes and I lost consciousness, which is something that has never happened to me before. I've never like really lost consciousness. I've been in a situation where I almost lost consciousness. I was in a train from Joburg to Soweto. I was tired. I was not breathing well because I was surrounded by people. So I almost blacked out. But before I fell down, I regained consciousness. So I wouldn't really say I really like lost consciousness like that. It just happened in a second. It's like, whoa, what's going on? But people noticed and they gave me a sit because I wasn't sitting. I was standing up because the train was full. But what happened on Sunday, I still can't explain it. I didn't know that it can like really happen like that. Like I'm standing, talking to this chick. We're having a dope conversation. Right, we're having a dope conversation. We seem to be connecting. Next thing I know, this other guy that I know is like, "Yo, it's all right." Meaning, Klansla, are you alright? Wanted me to grab his hand. What? Like I was surprised because I don't remember falling. I mean, I do remember feeling tired, but I couldn't look tired in front of the lady. It was my first time um, meeting her. I never knew her. Dude, it's about to rain again. I'm telling you, this thing is a simulation. This thing is a simulation. Ever felt like this whole world was designed for you and everything that happens revolves around you for real and you just think it doesn't? Like someone is controlling your life. You know how I felt after waking up? I felt like the universe was trying to cock block me. I mean, yeah, as an internationalist, I don't really have a problem with that because I do not want to make mistakes. Sometimes when you're drunk, you can make mistakes. I get that, but I've been in many situations before where I felt like the universe was trying to cock block me. Like for real, like things that are not supposed to happen will happen. You invite a chick over because you know no one is going to be home, but something happens. Maybe their transport uh, gets into an accident or something. Now they have to be home. You're like, that's not supposed to happen. So now I can't be with this chick because that happened. Or you lose your keys. Just something crazy. Like something that's not supposed to happen. Like this has happened to me so many times. So I was surprised when I faint. Like after fainting. Like what? The universe might really be trying to cock block me. Like that's not supposed to happen. I never fainted before. Like I lost consciousness, man. Like lost consciousness, man. Luckily, she saw me greeting this other guy from my hood. She's also from my village. Let me not say my hood, you know, from the village. So yeah, she saw me greeting this other guy from my village. I didn't really know her because she wasn't like staying. Like she's from my village, but she wasn't staying there. She just went back to stay there. So she saw me greeting the guy, and she knew that I know him. So after I fainted, she went to him and told him that I fainted. She was funny. So I was lucky because of that. Because only I think she's the only one who saw me fall. Like everyone was busy doing that thing, and we were kind of like far away from everyone else. So no one really saw me when I fell down. So that's good because that would have been embarrassing. So she's the only one who saw me falling, but that was still kind of embarrassing because I mean, come on, she just met me. We haven't spoken for that long, and I collapsed. That's it. It was weird, but yeah, the guy and his brother helped me. They drove me back to my place. So I was like, wow, I'm lucky. Like I'm the luckiest unlucky person in the world because I could have collapsed in a place where something bad could have, like in the street, and get hit by a car or fall on top of a body. Because I fell down like this, my head hit the ground. Boom. When I woke up, I was feeling a lot of pain here. So I know it. I fell on the ground like this. Like something bad could have happened, or I would have collapsed alone. I mean, they woke me up. I don't think I like woke up on my own. They woke me up. Like something really bad could have happened. So I'm the luckiest unlucky person. So sometimes I'm like, what if the universe was just trying to cock block me or something? Because that wasn't supposed to have, like maybe there couldn't have been another way that the universe was kind of like, you know what, let's just cock block this person, and so that he will go home. Maybe some bad was about to happen. Like it felt that way. It felt like something that shouldn't happen because it wasn't supposed to happen. So yesterday, I wasn't feeling well because of that. So I was like, I'm not gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video on Monday. So yeah, on this video I'll be explaining to you guys how I got this scar. Um, what a lot of people don't really seem to understand is that life is not treating us the same, right? Life is not the same for everyone. Some people are born in rich families, some people are born in poor families, some people get to make a lot of money when they're still young without really having to work very hard, because we believe sometimes that you have to be a hard worker to make it. And sometimes if you make it, like at a young age, you start to think other people don't work hard because you like, you know what I think. I think you can never really have what you want unless the universe grants you your wishes. Like, it's like you can want something, but no matter how hard you try to get it, you never get it until the universe says, okay, let me give this person what they want. Like, the universe is playing a game with us. A lot of people don't seem to understand that. A lot of people don't seem to understand that there are people who are suffering not because they made bad decisions in their life, but things just didn't work out for them. Like, they tried so hard and things just did not work out. They made all the right decisions and things still didn't work out. That's life. Like, by default, there has to be people who make it and there has to be people who fail. Like, it doesn't really have to do with hard work. Like, the thing is, if you are winning, you're gonna work hard. If you are not winning, you're not gonna work hard. If you are doing something and it's working, chances are you're gonna work hard. You're gonna keep doing it because you're like, okay, this is working, and we're gonna say, oh yeah, this person works so hard. This person, I mean, what they're doing is really working for them. So why shouldn't they work hard? They're starting to enjoy what they're doing. They asking themselves, wait, what more can I do? I mean, look at what I'm able to achieve now. Let me work even harder because I'm already on top, you know. But if nothing is working, like no matter what you try to do, if nothing is working, you you might not really work that hard. You might just you might feel like you might even lose hope and stop doing anything because you're like, I never win. Like things never really work out. So life isn't the same for everyone. Some people are really poor and it's not their fault. It is not their fault. They're just poor. So, as I was saying in the previous video, that I grew up in a village where you don't just make it. I mean, to make it where I grew up, you have to become a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, or a teacher. That's it. Like we don't have opportunities where I live. So you cannot really chase your dreams like that. We don't really have opportunities. So you can go to school and still not make it. Like you can get good qualifications and still don't make it. The unemployment rate is very, very high in South Africa, and that is not fair because it is not our fault as young people. It's the people who came before us that made stupid decisions. For an example, the ANC government started giving people money for having children. I know that seemed like a good idea, but that was a stupid idea because now a lot of people had many children and they're going to grow up and not have a place in society. I must look at my situation, right? Will I really be able to raise a child and give them what they need in order to thrive in this society, or I'll just be cursing my child by having them? Like I need to ask myself that question. I need to be honest with myself. But if the government is encouraging people to have children, they're giving money to have children, like, no, man, that messed things up. Like that really messed things up. Now there's no balance. Now people don't know what they need to be doing, and it's really not their fault. It's really not our fault as young people. So how did I get this massive score? It's starting to rain, guys. What's funny is that so I applied to be a police officer. When was it? 2018, 2019, somewhere there. 2018, 2019, 2020. I applied to be a police officer. And I got a call from SAPS, South African Police Services. I got a call from them. Like, hey, tomorrow you'll have to, go to this place and take a test. I had a tattoo, and you're not gonna, become a police officer in South Africa if you have a tattoo. Like, they don't allow that. So it was around, when I got the call, it was around 5 p.m. and I was supposed to go and ride the next day at 6 a.m. in the morning. What do? I have this big ass tattoo. There's no way they're gonna allow me to ride. Remember, I said I come from a place where you don't just make it. Like, we are fucked. Like, there are a lot of young people in South Africa who are unemployed, right? Things are bad. So of course I had to make the best decision that I could have made. That's why when people who know how I got this scar ask me if I regret doing what I did, I tell them no. I genuinely don't regret, because I know that was the best decision that I could have made at the time. Like, there was nothing else to do. I'm in this world where I don't know they have money for real, where I don't have the things that I want. What do I do? It's not my fault that things are the way that they are. What do I do? So what did I do? My dad had a bottle of Gordon, Gordon, that small bottle of Gordon. I think it's popular in England. I was like, I'm gonna burn myself with an iron. For real, I'm gonna drink Gordon and burn myself with an iron. What choice do I have? Drank the bottle and tried to bend myself with an iron, but it wasn't that easy. So I told my mom to do it. Now I want to tell you this first. Um, I love my mom to death. I I don't believe in this world. I don't believe in this place that she brought me into. I genuinely don't believe in this place, and I do tell her that. But I love her, and the reason why I don't blame her for bringing me into this place is because I understand how unconscious people are. Like, I understand that I'm super conscious. Like, I'm really that conscious. Even when I'm communicating with people, I understand that a lot of people are not conscious. So she did what she felt was right. Right? She did what she felt was right. And the reason why I don't blame her, like the real reason why I don't blame her is because I feel like she does the best that she can. Like, she loves us. She loves all of us. I have two siblings. Um, she loves all of us. I actually have three siblings. Uh, the other sibling that I have is my dad's kid. My dad had a kid with another woman. So yeah, I have three siblings, all girls. Yeah, my mom loves us. Right? She does the best that she can for us. Like, she does support us in many different ways. Emotionally when we need her. Like, she's there for us. Um, so I can't hate her because I understand that she does the best that she can. She just didn't have anything when we were growing up, and she made a decision to have us because she thought it was the best decision to make because everyone was having children. So I get that, and that is why I keep on making videos. I want to wake people up because I understand that if you grow up in a society where everyone is saying have children, even if you don't have money, have children, you're gonna have children. You're never gonna ask yourself what it really means. So my mom didn't really know what she was doing. She just had us, and we had to suffer. So she loves all of us. So yeah, I told her that, hey, I need your help, and she saw what I did, and she didn't agree, of course. But I was like, Mom, this is, you can see how fucked up things are. Like, this is my best chance. There's nothing else that I can do. Like, this is my best. You see that we've tried a lot of different, we try to make it in many different ways, try to apply in many different places, but it's hard. The competition is real. You know that I don't lose. You know that I always kill it in every interview, but the competition is real, and there's nepotism, right? I mean, I remember when I was working in this other school as an admin. Um, I worked there when was it, 2021? People didn't, like, I was killing it. I was doing everything perfectly because, well, everything that I do very well. Like, I'm just that person. But everyone is poor in that village. So when my contract ended, they wanted to renew my contract. Like, the principal, everyone wanted to renew my contract, but someone was working for no, it was like not necessarily working, but who was part of the SGB was like, no, like, we gotta give other people an opportunity to the opportunity to work here, just like we gave him an opportunity. It doesn't really matter how good he is. Like, let's, so there was a fight. People went on strike and all that shit. I was like, what? Threatening to come to the school and beat everyone up if, you know what I mean, if I get the new contract. So, but that's how bad things are. So my mom understood that things are that bad, and I'll keep on telling her that, Mom, like, it's not my fault. I did everything that you guys say that I should do, but there's no employment here, man. There's no employment, so I have to do this. I have to. There's just nothing I can do. Like, you expect me to wake up in the morning and just do nothing? I have to do this. So yeah, I made my own mom put an iron here. Like it was like hot, like really hot. You know, it was very painful, like very very painful. But we live in a country where the people who are supposed to be smarter than us, people who are our leaders, are dumb as fuck. Like they're retarded. Compared to how I am, I'm telling you, they're fucking retarded. I don't respect them. I don't respect the Nelson Mandela, all these people. They made stupid decisions, and that's why we are where we are today. They could have made better decisions. And one of the stupid decisions that they're making is that they're saying if a person has a tattoo, even if you have a small tattoo, you can work as a police officer. Now, that's not really a problem. Like, if you have a tattoo, you can just get it removed, right? They shouldn't discriminate. I mean, remember we had a problem with the apartheid government because they were discriminating us. Like, they're discriminating against black people. Like, oh, black people are not allowed to do this and do that. They don't realize they're doing the same. When they say if you have a tattoo, you can't get this job. Like, it's just a tattoo. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. And if having a tattoo is really that bad, tattoos can be removed. You give everyone an equal opportunity, and if they pass, that's good. Tell them to remove the tattoo. If they don't remove the tattoo, then they lose their jobs. But that's fair. You don't just say, oh, if you have a tattoo, you're a bad person. That means you can't get this job. Like, really? Bro, like, there's no employment in my country, and they're discriminating against people with tattoos like that. People who are good. Like, back then, yes, people who had tattoos were criminals, maybe. But now things have changed. People are trying to express themselves. I can have a tattoo of my mom. I can have a tattoo of a bed that I like. I can have a tattoo of my name. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's how things work. So I had to do that. And well, let me tell you what happened after I went to write the test that I was supposed to write, and I passed. The reason why I did not get the job was because I have a criminal record. I did something stupid in 2012, and that's another thing that's fucked up with this system. Okay, I did something fucked up, not that fucked up, and I had to pay 300 rand, right, for bail. 300 rand, and I mean admission of guilt, not bail, admission of guilt. 300 rand is like $17, right? Can you imagine? I paid like $17, right? That means it wasn't really that serious. It was assault. I fought with this other guy. We just fought. It was a fight, and he said I assaulted him, but it was a fight. Like, we fought, fine. I didn't even I had to sleep in a holding cell because I didn't have the 300. They said, hey, pay 300 and you're out. But I didn't have the 300. So, and I didn't even know that admission of guilt meant that I will have a criminal record. I didn't know. They didn't tell me that. They just asked me, do you admit that you are guilty of what you are being accused of? I was like, yeah, I am guilty. I did fight with the guy, so I am guilty of what I'm being accused of, fighting with the guy. So I thought that's what it actually meant. But what it actually meant was that I admit that I was in the wrong, and I was not in the wrong. So yeah, they took my they took this thing, this black thing, and took the fingerprints, whatever. But I didn't really pay that much attention. I didn't think I would have a criminal record. But then, yeah, later I got to realize that I have a criminal record. Well, you can have bad luck. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can do things the right way and things still don't work out. Like, life will set you up for failure. I mean, that's life setting me up for failure. I did what I was supposed to do, but life did set me up for failure. I was just like, I was supposed to feel like that wasn't even supposed to happen. Like, you're not even supposed to get me arrested for fighting with you if you're the one who started the fight. But it happened that way, and I didn't want to sleep in prison because they said, Or the other choice that you have is that you sleep in prison and until your court date, and if you're found guilty, you'll be locked up. So what do you do? It's like, I'm gonna take the easiest way out. I'm gonna pay the 300 and go home. So I thought I won, but nope. Isn't that messed up? That shows you how fucked up the system is. Because poor people are the ones who get to suffer, right? If you have money, you don't really get to suffer that much. But if you don't have money and you have nothing, you find yourself in trouble. I know a lot of people who have assaulted people for real, who have had people, who made people bleed, who don't have a criminal record. I got into a fight with this guy. His face wasn't swollen. You wouldn't even, notice that he was in a fight. But because, maybe it's just something. Maybe it's just the universe setting me up, because it does that sometimes. It does that to people sometimes. But my problem with this criminal record thing is that it's like we're saying people cannot change. Like, why do you allow me to do things? Why do you allow me to live in your society if you say you're not going to be able to erase your criminal record until after 10 years? So does it mean that I don't qualify to to be in society? If you understand, like, there's something wrong with it, because if they say you have a criminal record and you're not going to get employment, because if you have a criminal record in South Africa and they know you have a criminal record, you're not getting employed. So why shouldn't just lock me up for that turn? I mean, that's not a good idea either. But I mean, if really I'm a threat, if really something is wrong with me and they have to wait for 10 years to employ me, why do they allow me to be in society? I mean, I still do things. I still did things with a lot of people, and I never fought another person again, if I remember correctly. I never fought with anyone else again. So I thought that was not fair. But that's one of the reasons why I said in one of the videos that most of y'all didn't agree with, why I said we should abolish prisons. What I said was this. Tell me if you still don't agree with me. Until people are given the right to exit peacefully, then we must abolish prisons. Because what we're really doing is that we're putting people in society, people who are different, people who have different traumas, people who see things differently, and we're saying this is the rules, you must follow these rules. But not everyone will be able to follow these rules. It doesn't mean that to be the perfect human, you must be following the rules. These rules are just made up rules, So if I say, hey, I don't want to follow these rules, and I'm forced to follow these rules, and when one day I break some of them, am I a bad person? I didn't agree to the rules. So offer me a way out. Say, okay, you feel like you don't fit in our society, fine, here's a way out. If you feel like you want to be part of this, then these are the rules that you're supposed to follow. But now I'm being forced to play by the rules that I didn't even agree to. You see the problem? So that's why I'm saying we should abolish prison. We cannot punish people who did consent to being born and who didn't agree to these rules. They didn't agree that they're not going to break the rules, right? So offer people an opportunity to agree if they want to play by these rules or not, and offer them a way out, because they didn't ask for this shit. Am I wrong? Am I still wrong? Because that is the problem. These rules are not easy to follow. As a human, sometimes you will make mistakes. Sometimes you will find yourself fighting with people. Like, it happens. Like this other day, I think I must stop going to taverns. I was in this other tavern. I love going to taverns alone, by the way. Like, I don't like going with people. When I'm there, I'll find people and I'm gonna start socializing. Like, that's how I do things. Because sometimes when you go with people, they're gonna start fights and you would have to defend them. So you find yourself fighting. And even if you don't defend them, if people see that you are with that person who's fighting, they might attack you if you're trying to stop the fight, because they will think you're trying to like jump the other person. So yeah, I'm chilling alone, drinking. This guy sits next to me and started a conversation with me about politics. I don't know how, like, we started talking about the rain, and then politics is the one who started the conversation with me. I'm not going to walk up to a guy and start a conversation with him. If I'm going to start a conversation with a stranger, it's going to be a girl. That's how I always do things when I go to taverns, you know? So, all right. We're having this conversation about politics. It's interesting. It's nice, right? I'm agreeing with everything that he's saying until he said our current president is the best president that we've ever had in South Africa. And I said, I don't agree. When I say that, the guy became angry and started saying, Patek, like out of nowhere. I mean, he was totally unprovoked, you know? Like, I was calm. I thought we were having a discussion, and I thought it was going to be dope. I thought we were going to both benefit from the discussion because he has a different perspective and I have a different perspective. So I'm like, all right, that's dope. So let me tell him what I think. And the guy just started cursing at me. I was like, was this guy sent by someone to start a fight with me? And here's what would have happened. And I'll tell you why this is what would have happened. And I wouldn't have been wrong. I was drunk already. I was weak. Like, I was drunk. I'd been drinking for a couple of hours, so I was drunk. I had a bottle of alcohol right in front of me. The guy grabbed my hand like this and pulled it towards him, and I was like, hey, fool, don't do that. Like, for real. Like, you touch me again, something bad is gonna happen. Like, straight up. I told him that. And the reason why I told him that is because I realized that the more I tried to calm down, the more he tried to the more it's like he became more angry the more I tried to calm down. Like, bro, the conversation is over. I don't want to talk to you again. But he kept on talking. So I was like, maybe this guy think I'm some kind of a punk and he's trying to like get attention from people by saying shit to me. And it might even get to a point where he attacks me because he thinks I'm scared. Like, I'm not scared of you. I'm just not. I just don't want to fight you because that's stupid. Like, what the fuck do I gain from fighting you? There's absolutely nothing that I'll gain. But, you know, he kept on getting angrier as if I was saying something to him. Like, I'm not saying anything to you. So I had to show him that if he tries some shit, it's going to be war. But here's the plan that I had. The plan was that I was going to use that bottle to hit him in the head. And I know people will be like, oh, but that's wrong. Like, no, what you must understand is that me and him didn't agree that we must fight, right? I don't want to fight him. So if he beat me and I'm drunk, if he beat me, then I must protect myself. I'm not just going to fight a fair fight if I did not agree to fighting him. You know, it's not like we're fighting under unified rules. We didn't agree to fight. He's the one who wants to fight. He's the one who came and sat where I was sitting and started a conversation with me and got angry and started a fight. So that was the plan. But you know what would have happened? I would have ended up in prison, even though I would have not been wrong at all, because I didn't want to fight. I did exactly what I had to do to avoid fighting him. But if he attacked me, I mean, he grabbed my hand like this. And that's why I said something and I realized, okay, now he sees that, you know, like, I'm not a punk. He might get hurt seriously. So, you know, that's when, you know, he started to calm down a little. But if he hit me, I'm telling you, I would have hit him with a bottle. Like, I would have had him. And that would have been his fault. I would have been protecting myself. But I'm telling you, the system is so fucked up that I would have been arrested because I hit someone with a bottle. Right? I think that's what will have happened. I hit someone with a bottle. They wouldn't understand that I'm already drunk. If I fight with him, I'm gonna get hurt, and I don't want to fight. But I have to because you are beating me. What do I do if you start hitting me? What do I do? I don't want to fight you, but you are hitting me, and I know that I'm too weak to fight you. So not only do I not want to fight you, I'm too weak to fight you. So I must do what I can to get rid of you. But chances are I would have been arrested. So I was lucky because it didn't get to that. Someone um, he knows came and stopped the fight. Spoke to me like like I wanted to fight him. Like, bro, now don't do this. Don't, like, nigga, I don't want to fight him. Like, I'm trying to stay the fuck away from this crazy nigga. It's not like I'm the one who started this shit. I don't know why. He started saying something like, "Oh, you come from Zimbabwe, and you want to." I don't know why he would say I come from Zimbabwe. I'm like, dude, and he's the one who sounds like he comes from Zimbabwe. I don't look Zimbabwean. I don't sound Zimbabwean at all. Like, he sounded Zimbabwean. In fact, that's what I thought when I was talking to him. I was like, this guy is from Zimbabwe. So he's saying something like, oh, you come from Zimbabwe, and because you come from Zimbabwe, you support Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma was our former president. Piece of shit. So he's like, oh, you support Jacob Zuma, bro. Like, what the fuck is that even coming from? So people can start fights with you, man, and you end up being arrested. But even though it's not your fault. It wasn't my fault that the guy wanted to start a fight with me. But yeah, man, life isn't the same for everyone, and some people have to work really hard in order to make it, in order to have the things that they want, and it's not fair. So why would I bring a kid into a world where I know life isn't fair? It doesn't make sense. Like, this is the best decision that I could have made, having seen the things that I've seen. I tell my mom that all the time. I'm like, Mom, like, think about it. This is the best possible decision that I could have made. And I think she gets it. Like, you've seen what I've been through. You know what it was like for me growing up. You know what I went through, so you can't say this is not the smartest decision that the person in my position will have taken. Like, this is the smartest decision that a person in my position would have taken. Like, this is it. Like, a lot of people have been through hell and they still don't realize that this is the best decision that they can make. This is how you free yourself. Life has shown you the truth. It showed you how unfair it is, how messed up things are in the world, how corrupt our politicians are. The system is not working. Like, you've seen that, but you still want to bring a soul into this mess, and you still think that you're doing the right thing. Like, how? How are you making? How is that a good decision? I know what I saw. I know what I've experienced. I'm not going to disrespect my kids by bringing them into this mess. That would be very disrespectful. So I think for them, and that's really important. You think for your kids. What kind of world will they be born into? Do they deserve? I mean, does this world deserve them? Based on what I've seen, this world doesn't deserve my children. Doesn't deserve people that I love. I'll let this world rot, bro. Like, it's not having anything like me again. This is the last vision of me it's gonna have. It's a ridiculous experience, and people lie, gaslight you, make you think you're making wrong decisions, or if things don't work out, it's your fault. No, it's not. I remember people would tell me about my tattoos right back then, before I applied for for a job at subs. Like, oh, yeah, look, we told y'all, like my teachers would say something like, we told y'all not to have tattoos, blah blah blah. Like, no, change the system. It's a stupid system. Don't say people shouldn't have tattoos. If people want to have tattoos, they should have tattoos. No, being human means being free. I must be free enough to live life the way that I want to live life, as long as I'm not breaking the law. If I want to have tattoos, I must be able to have tattoos. If they don't want their employees to have tattoos, fine. Tattoos can be removed. So maybe we'd have to sign somewhere that we're gonna get our tattoos removed before getting employed, because it will take about a year for people to get employed. Like, they'll need to be trained first. So during that process, they can remove that tattoo. That's the best idea. That's a better idea than just saying, okay, any person with a tattoo is not allowed. Like, no, tattoos can be removed. Tattoos are not permanent. It's not like that's gonna affect how I work in any way. Besides, most of this like these guys that work for subs, like these police guys, they're corrupt. It's like everyone is corrupt, because they might say that, oh well, people with tattoos are most likely to be corrupt, and like, no, all of these guys are corrupt. Corruption runs our country. Like, everyone is corrupt. Like, I don't know people who are not corrupt. Traffic officers are corrupt. We pay them money when driving without licenses. Like, everyone is corrupt, bruh. So you can't just discriminate against people with tattoos. Because of that reason, another thing that I've realized, and that's why I keep on saying the world is upside down. Most people that I know with tattoos are very good people. I have to repeat this. Most people that I know with tattoos are very good people. They're very kind-hearted. It's people who seem good, who dress nicely and wear suits. These are the people that are messed up. I remember 50 Cent said something like that. Like, yo, I used to think I was a gangster. But the real gangsters, these are the people who run big companies. People with suits and all. Like, these are the people that are going to rob you. For real. You'd lose everything. Like, the business world is brutal. Like, we thought the streets were brutal now. We live in a crazy world, man. And I'm telling you, not having kids is the best decision that I could have made. And that makes me feel happy. That makes me feel free. Like, I feel free every day because of that. Like, whenever I remember that I didn't bring a soul into this mess, I feel proud of myself for being able to realize how wrong it would have been. How wrong it would have been to bring someone here. Like, this place is bad, man. This place is bad. I don't care what people will say that you are evil for saying that this place is bad and we shouldn't be having children, but I think something is just wrong with people. You find people who are religious saying something like this people should be having kids. Those who are saying we shouldn't have kids are evil. Like, how can you say that I'm evil if your own Bible says this world is evil, and the reason why I'm not having kids is because your own, not that your Bible is saying this world is evil, but because the world itself is evil, and the Bible is not lying about that. So I'm like, why bring someone into a world that is evil? How can you say I'm evil if I don't want to bring someone into a place that is evil? Like, something is wrong with people. Like, just the fact that they don't understand that makes me feel happier about the decision that I've made, the decision to not have kids, because I cannot bring people into a world where they will have to live with people who will be powerful but who don't think right, who don't see things as they are, because these are the people who are truly capable of evil. You see, people who are truly capable of evil are people who will do something that is evil, who don't even realize that it's evil, or who won't realize when something is good. Like if something is good, they won't be able to realize. Like they don't know right from wrong. They just programs of some sort. You know, if you are a robot, you wouldn't know right from wrong. You just know what you're programmed to do, and that's it. So this is how most people are. It's like they're robots, right? They're doing exactly what they've been programmed to do, and that's it. They're not supposed to understand anything other than what they were programmed to do and what they were programmed to understand. So you tell them something new, they don't get it, even if it makes complete sense. You can tell them something, like you can tell them that 1 + 1 is 2. Like that makes sense. 1 + 1 is 2. But if they're not programmed to understand that 1 + 1 is 2, they were programmed to understand that, or to think that 1 + 1 is 5, then they will still think it's 5. You would give them millions of examples. You will take 2 stones and be like, look at this stone, right? It's 1. No, it's not even a stone. Look at this thing. Let's just call it a stone. Look at this stone is 1, right? When you add another stone, it's 2 stones. They still won't understand you. That is why some of y'all think you're mentally ill, because you live with people who won't understand simple truth. You tell them something that is something that is a fact, something that they're supposed to understand. They don't understand it. How are you going to live with these people? Why bring your children into a world where they'll live with these people, or where they will become these people? Because that's also possible. I mean, can imagine having ignorant kids. That would suck. I mean, as an internationalist, I'm very conscious. I would allow them to be the way that they want to be. I will not control them, but I wouldn't feel proud of myself. I wouldn't feel proud of myself if I brought children into this world and they were very conscious, because I'll know that they're suffering. But I also wouldn't feel proud of myself if I brought children into this world and they were not conscious at all, because, well, they will be suffering and causing suffering. Like, every day I'm falling out of love with the world. I'm falling out of love with people because of how unconscious they are. And that's one of the reasons why I just want to be alone most times. I'm like, we're not the same, bruh. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's how I got this thing. That's how I got this scar. I used to be ashamed. Like I used to be ashamed. I would lie to people and not tell them, because people would judge you, of course. Like, really? Because you wanted a job? Like, yeah, because I wanted a job, motherfucker. Because what the fuck was I supposed to do? It's hard out here, man. It's hard. So I did what I had to do, and it just didn't work out because, well, the system is what it is. You know, things are just not easy, and life has showed me that. Life has showed me how messed up it can be. So even if things do change in my life, because there's a big chance that things might change. I know what I'm capable of, so there's a big chance that things might change for the better, and I might become really successful. But that doesn't mean that I'll change my mind about having children. I would have just been lucky. If I became successful, I would have just been lucky. And I don't even think that will make me happy after I even seen the things that I've seen. Even if I became very successful, I don't think I'll be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I would celebrate, man. Like, I don't even celebrate my wins anymore. I would win and not celebrate. I'll even forget that I've won because I'm so disappointed, man. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm trying to figure out what this is. You know? Like, every day I'm asking myself, what is this? When is this? Where is this? Where is this taking place? Is it inside a simulation? Is it inside the mind? Am I in a planet? In a floating rock? What is this? And who decided that this was a good idea? Like, I keep on trying to figure out what this is because I don't believe in it anymore. If I did believe in it, maybe I wouldn't try so hard to figure out what it is. I mean, I'll still be curious, but I'm I'm trying to figure out what it is because it does matter to me that I know what it is. And yes, I do think we can know what it is. I do think that some of us might know what it is, but we don't want to admit that we know. We still want to. We never got confirmation that what we believe this to be is what we believe it to be. That's why I tell people to remain skeptical. Even if you think you've found the truth, just remain skeptical. Even if you have seen enough evidence for what you believe, remain skeptical, so that you won't be manipulated. You see, if you don't remain skeptical, you'll be manipulated very easily. It needs to get to a point where you're just improvising. You don't need. It's like you're freestyling through life. That's the best way to live life. You freestyle through life. I mean, if you're going to believe that, this world was created by a God and there's the devil and all that, you'll be manipulated a lot. If they create a hologram of Jesus, you think, oh yeah, Jesus is coming back, right? Or he's came back. Like, they will manipulate you a lot. They will manipulate you according to what you believe. If you believe in demons, they'll show you demons, and yeah, they'll keep you at a very low state of consciousness because you think you're seeing demons. But if you keep an open mind, then they won't really know how to manipulate you because you're very open-minded. Like, I'm so open-minded that I don't even believe in mental illnesses, right? Like, if someone comes to me and say they have schizophrenia, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that you're not hearing voices that we are just not hearing? Are you sure that you don't have access to some realities that we don't have access to? And you consider that to be a mental illness because that's what they made everyone believe. If I start seeing some shit that is not there and that other people cannot see, and I still think the way that I do, I'm not gonna consider that a mental illness. If I'm going to start seeing people right now that other people are not seeing, and I still think the way that I do, I'm still as conscious. I'm not gonna say I have a mental illness. Like, nah. I'm sorry if you have schizophrenia because you might think that you might feel angry because you're like, what? You don't know what it's like. I get you're right. I don't know what it's like. But I'm so open-minded that I don't consider what many people consider to be mental illnesses. I think we need to figure out what's really up, like what's really going on ourselves, without relying more on other people. Because sometimes people will tell you what they need to tell you to be able to control you. You see? Like in the Truman Show. You find that when you start waking up, they say, oh, no, you're not waking up, you're just mentally ill. Because they don't want you to be conscious. So they'll be against everything that makes you conscious. Because they want to keep you at a low state of consciousness where you don't see things as they are. And that's the problem. I don't think we are told what this is. I think we are controlled the same way that that Truman was being controlled in the Truman Show. Like, there are people who are managing this reality, showing us what they want to show us, telling us what they want to tell us, making us feel the way they want us to feel. Like, they can even control emotions, all that. So you are up against some real shit. So you gotta up your game. Stop thinking like a monkey. Up your game. So that you will be able to free yourself. Train yourself. Even when you're dreaming, you must still be you. Because I think if This is one of the biggest reasons why I keep on fighting, right? I keep on fighting because I want to become so conscious that even when I'm dreaming, I'm still me. I don't find myself doing things that I wouldn't do in this reality, right? I'm still me. Why? Maybe when we die, maybe we're being manipulated into coming back. But if you're so conscious and you know not to come back, like you know, you know what I mean? You're like, nah. Because I think we might be that powerful. Like consciousness is not something that you can just control. Like I don't think consciousness can be controlled that easily. So even if there are people who are controlling us and all, like they can just manipulate us. They cannot just. That's why they cannot show us the whole truth. That's why now, they've turned against Puffy, for an example. Like we're supposed to think this world is good, and they're against people who are doing evil shit. Is it? Like they are against people who are doing evil shit. Like of course they have to sacrifice some of their people, so that we'll think they're good. But it's all part. Like where's Puffy now? Like okay, think about it. Okay, they invaded 3, 4, 5 of his houses. Well, why isn't he arrested? Where is he? Are they looking for him? Why are they not saying anything about? Like they're not telling us anything. They've just shown us on the news that they invaded some of his houses, but that's it. Like what else have they shown us? Like you've got to be able, you got to be so conscious that you see when something isn't right. Of course, all of that is happening so that we'll think, well, yeah, evil people are being exposed, like what Kate Williams was saying. And I'm gonna talk about that. I think I might have to talk about that on the live. I think I might have to talk about it. Even if I don't talk about it on the live, I need to talk about it. Think about this. Kate Williams told everyone that everyone is getting exposed this year. How does he know? Isn't it because they told him? Like everyone in Hollywood was told that all this mess that's happening is gonna happen. That is why everyone is turning on Puffy now. That is why the prophets. I saw this lady. She claims to be a prophet, saying Puffy was gonna be exposed, and I think she made that prophecy early 2023. And this other psychic medium, also famous, made the same prophecy. Like how? Obviously they're told. Like go and tell people that this is what's gonna happen to Puffy. So people are gonna say, well, God is exposing. No, God is not exposing nobody. They're just showing us what they want to show us so that they'll control how we think. You gotta be that conscious. It's all a game to these people. Say they're playing with our minds, bro. You got to be that conscious so that you see things as they really are, so that no matter what happens, they're not able to manipulate you to that level. It's the truth that's going to save y'all. I'm telling you. Gnostics told y'all the truth. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It's the truth that you need to know. Like you need to know the truth. You need to keep on. Even if you don't get to a point where you are truly convinced what the truth is, but you need to be close in the end. Meaning that even if you're a bit skeptical, but you must be very close to the truth. So, maybe you think, oh, maybe it's a simulation of some sort. Maybe it's a dream or something like that. But you need to be close to the truth so that you know what to do. You freestyle your way through life. Like that's how you escape. You can never be truly sure because, well, nothing is certain. Like nothing is for certain. It's the best way to live life. You just freestyle, man. You just freestyle, and you need to be unpredictable. You need to be unpredictable. So much that if a person tries to manipulate you, they can't, because you're unpredictable. So much that if the government try to manipulate you, they can't, because you're unpredictable. But if you are predictable, they know how you would react to certain things. If you are like Christians, they know how you'd react to certain things. If they show you a fake miracle, you know how to react. They know how to. They know how you're gonna react. If they tell you, if someone comes and say that TD Jakes is gonna be exposed, God showed me that, they know how you're gonna react. Like, oh yeah, God is exposing them. Like, nah, man, chill. Know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It's Benedict Times, the truth. Thank you.